Right. Actually, I can take this headset off because I don't need it. Hopefully we're back without technical issues and there's no crackling. You can hear keys I was typing. Let's swap scenes. Ramses, thank you for the host. Didlix, I saw you did a host as well. Thank you, Didlix. Can you hear me all fine? Good, good. So how are you all doing? I hope you're all well. You're enjoying Saturday. I'm also going to turn the light off because I actually prefer sitting in the dark now. And yes, Albert is behind me with his crooked ear. CEO, thank you for hosting. Wow, that text is tiny. I don't even know if that was worth doing that. We have a Halloween party tonight. Yes, have fun. Have lots of fun. You can sit there, Ramses. Nope, you're not Ramses, you're Albert. You can sit there. And I don't know why I said it. It's because I saw Ramses in the corner of my eye. I'm not dressing up. Let's see if I can increase the... I don't think I can. That's weird. It's kind of very thin. I broke it. Wow. I was trying to see if I could get the text on the chat at the bottom a bit bigger, but because it's tiny. But never mind. You're well. Thanks for that. No worries. As soon as you start eating cheese sandwich, cat wakes up and starts begging for cheese. As a cheese sensor. Right, so the reason why we're not doing Dead Rising tonight is because I wanted to actually talk about some serious things. Well, not serious, but depression and anxiety. I think it was about a week ago in England. It was National Mental Health Day. The country and worldwide doctors and scientists and things, and the charities relevant, are all trying to raise awareness on things to do with depression and anxiety and sort of other mental health issues. There's a bit of a big taboo on it, and a stigma that comes with it as well. I was telling a friend that the other day on the radio coming home from work that the a charity and a doctor were being interviewed, and they were discussing patients and that go to them with concerns of sort of low mood, depression and things, and the generic sort of thing is, well, you're not ill enough, come back when you get more ill. And they're kind of worried that because people aren't quite getting the help they need, that it's driving up suicide rates and things like that. So they were trying a campaign to just change the way we think of things and actually offer the help when people ask for it, or even look for the signs of depression in sort of family and friends and offer to help them out. And there is quite a big stigma still about depression and things. You quite often... Someone will be like, oh, I'm feeling a bit depressed, feeling a bit low. And the typical comment is, well, what have you got to be depressed about? Or cheer up, it might never happen. And it's like, well, depression is quite a complicated thing. It's not as simple as, oh, just smile. Because, some of the people with depression will laugh the loudest. And you don't really know. Like some people, they may commit suicide and things, and you think, whoa, they didn't seem the type, they were happy. And there's been quite a few celebrities lately that have all done it kind of thing, and no one knew, or people kind of knew but didn't think it was that bad. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, some of you may or may not have guessed, but I've just been diagnosed with depression myself. I've known for years that I've had it. This last particular year, it's got worse. Hey Ragnar, how's it going? And it's got to the point where I thought, well, actually, I probably need to do something about it. So I went to the doctors, not last week, the week before, And yeah, I was pretty much told, it's only mild to moderate depression and anxiety. What do you want from me? Just here's a website, off you go. And it's like, well, great, I've got a website. I actually asked for help and I get a website. I've had a little look at the website. There's some stuff on there that might be helpful. Some things I've got to sort of try out and look into. I've also been having issues with sleeping. So I've got a couple of little herbal remedies for the sleep and that. Which I've been taking, so hopefully it will help. Now, I'm not letting you guys know all of this because I'm not wanting sort of sympathy and pity and things. I just want the herd to know a bit more about me without going into too much detail, and just sort of give an explanation of what's been going on in my life. Because as you know, in the last year, there's been a lot of cancelled streams. And I know you guys on Discord, when I say I'm cancelling streams and stuff, you're like, oh yeah, we understand, it's fine. If you need me time, take the me time, which is very nice of you guys to say. But I stream as a hobby because it's fun and I like doing it. And even if the herd didn't get to the stage it was at, as in, we didn't have all of you guys, we didn't have the great community we have on Discord, I would still stream. I didn't start streaming to get viewers or money or fame or, I didn't stream for those reasons. I stream because I'm a gamer and I just want to share my gaming experiences with others. I'll answer your question in a moment, CEO. I'm not ignoring you. People typically go on Twitch, I start when I first discovered Twitch. I was going on Twitch to watch particular games I either wanted to learn more about or just to see how other people play it, because everyone plays games in their own ways. And take if you don't mind me using you as an example, Ramses discovered the herd through my monitor's turning off. No, it wasn't. I'm going to disable that actually. He found the herd from Mount and Blade. I was playing Mount and Blade. He was trying to get into it, and he just wanted to go online, see other people play it, ask some questions. And that's kind of what I was doing on Twitch. I was looking at other games that I was interested in too. I actually did start watching a Mount and Blade streamer. Just quickly want to turn this off before I lose train of thought, which I've already done. So that's kind of why I started streaming, was just share it with others, and and I can actually also learn from the viewers. You get the viewers coming in saying, "Oh, why don't you try doing this instead?" And yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Let's give it a go. Did the valerian root work? Valerian root is one of the herbal remedies I've got for helping me sleep. I've took it a few times. I don't know whether it works or not. I kind of get sleepy after about an hour of taking it, which is what it says it's meant to do. But I don't know whether that's a coincidence or not, because lately I have been very, very tired. But it's not just falling asleep is the issue, it's also falling asleep and staying asleep. I keep waking up in the night, and then I wake up and I'm just absolutely shattered. It's as if I've not slept at all. So that's kind of what I try to explain to the doctor, and the doctors don't like giving out sleeping tablets because apparently patients tend to get addicted, and then when the doctors try to take them off it, apparently the patients then allegedly try and blackmail the doctors in some shape or form to keep getting the tablets. It's like, well, that's not what I want. I just want a bloody good night's sleep. I think it's a bit too early to tell at the moment, but hopefully they will work. Just so I know the NHS can offer self-refer. Well, see, that's the other thing, Diddlix. I didn't know that. I wasn't told that by the doctor. I was just told, yeah, you're not sick enough. Come back in a couple of months if you're not getting better. So it's like, right, so for a couple of months I've got to try and help myself, which is fine, I'm not knocking self-help. The trouble with self-help is you tend to have a lack of willpower to do things. Hey Major Undead, how you doing? And sort of like, and not only that, there might be some self-help methods that might not be your cup of tea. For example, meditation is recommended for people with depression. I'm not a meditative person. I don't see meditation something I would do. Like sitting there and clearing all your thoughts and stuff and go through the process, I don't see that working for me. I can't ever clear my mind. I mean, my job, some of the tasks are repetitive at work, like mowing. You're just going up and down with a mower. You allow your thoughts to wander. I mean, it's great if you've got a really imaginative mind and you like inventing stories or Factorio, for example. I'm always thinking of new plans for Factorio. But if you're really in a bit of a dark place, it also allows you to think dark thoughts. Going back a while to some of you would have heard I've mentioned I dated a young Swedish girl. When we broke up, I was stuck at home. I was off sick, ill. I was stuck at home, so all I had was just my thoughts to dwell on that. I did then eventually get to go to work, but then doing the repetitive tasks, you just still dwell on, oh, well, I miss her and all this. So sometimes being left in your own thoughts may not necessarily be a good thing. And building on more on what Ragnar said, if you could help yourself, you usually would. Yeah. I mean, guidelines are good. I mean, for example, I know for like sleeping issues and low mood, because I've had depression before when I was younger. It was quite bad. Things like keeping yourself busy, routine, going to sleep better every night, making sure you allow yourself time to switch off before bed, so don't watch TV up until bedtime, don't play games. I know that the NHS basically recommends that your bedroom is for sleeping and sex. That is all the bedroom is meant to be used for. So having a computer or TV in the bedroom is bad, because your brain then associates your bedroom with a place of entertainment, excluding the sex, obviously. So then when you're in your room, you're not associating it with a place for sleep, so you're not going to be able to sleep. Now, obviously, that's not always the ideal situation for everyone, because some people have either got not enough room, so their computer has to be in the bedroom, or they sort of still live with parents, or they house share, and all their kit is in the main room, in their room. So it's not always possible to separate life from the bedroom. Yoga, I'm not into yoga. I tried it, can't do it. It's painful. And that's the other thing. It's like some of the things they recommend. It's like they say exercise is also good for depression and sleep. Go out for a run, you'll be tired. Fair play. If you're tired, you're not going to be thinking on things. And it keeps your body pumping. You get all the, I don't know, I mean, I'm no scientist and chemist, but I suppose it will release all the different hormones and chemicals and things. I have a very active job. I do all the mowing. I do a lot of walking. But I'm not then going to come home and go for a run. Two reasons. A, I'm not sporty. I'm a gamer. But that doesn't mean gamer I'm fat and lazy. I'm not saying that at all. But I do a hard day's work. I come home, I'm tired, I want to relax. And not only that, with my multiple medical conditions, exactly, Cadendra, I have undiagnosed abdominal pain. Anything physical exacerbates my pain. And I don't want more pain. I want to relax and not be in pain, whether it's, physical or mental. And then again, exercise. Like, I want to go to the gym. I've been saying for ages, I want to go back to the gym. I want to lose some weight. While I'm not massively overweight, although I did get accused of being obese, I do have a bit of a tubby belly. Before, way back when, my arms, they're pretty skinny. My legs, I feel, are quite muscly. But because I did spend 2 years off sick, being unable to do anything, I put on weight. I haven't been able to shift it since. I've tried to go into the gym and things. Well, someone did. Canan's right. I can tell you later on who. I'm not going to say who it is on stream, but someone did tell me I'm classed as obese and that I need to get off the computer and do more exercise. And they also said that they felt if I lost weight, I would feel better about myself and I wouldn't probably have half the medical problems I've got. And that's a kick to the balls. I mean, I'm not happy with my figure as it is. Not many people are, but I'm not overly happy with my figure as it is. I have low self-confidence, and sort of getting told, you're obese and all your health problems is because you're fat. stop eating. And I also got told to reduce the amount of food I eat. Now, when I work, I have breakfast before I go to work. 10 o'clock, I have some toast. I then have lunch. I then come home and have tea. And then I go to bed. On a day off, I wake up, I'll have tea. And then I go to bed. I only have one meal. Okay, that's unhealthy, only having one meal in the evenings. But I don't eat a lot. I don't constantly eat snacks and things. Okay, sometimes in the evenings I'll have a little snack before bed, but that's because I need to take my tablets. And it's recommended with most of my tablets that you have food beforehand, just to help line the stomach. Yeah, Didlix, yeah, it's lifestyle. Everything in moderation. But on to sort of life events recently. I've obviously told the herd, if you remember a few weeks back, I think it was August, I kind of out of the blue said, there's not going to be a stream tonight, I'm going to see family. And then I was talking about how I was in a hotel, I had my laptop, so I was fine, I was playing a couple of games in the evening. I had that photo of that weird multicoloured cow, if anyone can remember that, in pictures and videos on Discord. I shared a picture of Moo, hippie Moo. I went up north with my family, just visit family. Because my dad was in the army, we moved around a lot. We've settled 3 hours away from where the main family lives. They're further up in the Midlands. I very rarely make the trip home. 3 hours in a small car with no brakes, is quite difficult for me. It's quite painful and it's quite cramped, and I'm quite tall. I keep saying quite a lot. So with my back and my stomach and things, it's not a comfortable trip. So going there just to see people, I don't usually do. Unfortunately, we are at the stage in our family where, like my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, they're all getting a bit old. There are a few trips that are kind of required. My uncle had, on my dad's side, had some lumps on his neck which he got tested. Came back cancer. Now the doctor then turned around and said, this type of cancer, when it's in the lymph nodes, is typically secondary, which means there's a first type of cancer. My uncle said, oh, well, where is it? We don't know, we have to find it. They did more tests. They found cancer in his lungs, his bones, his bowels. There was somewhere else. He basically had 5 types, I think it was. 5 different places he had cancer. Prognosis was not good. They gave him 6 months. A couple of weeks later, he passed away. So this was last week, I think it was. Which we kind of knew was going to happen, but it was very sudden. So we went up there to speak to him, just go out for a meal, see how he was doing, cheer him up. And just to get a bit more information, because there's some things, you don't really want to talk about on the phone. And it was also nice to sort of see everyone again. You could tell there was an absolute atmosphere there at the dinner table. There's people, we were talking, we were laughing, but it's kind of... It wasn't fake laughter, because some of the jokes said were funny, but you could tell behind the laughter, everybody there was very sad. My uncle was absolutely riddled in pain. You couldn't... my mum went to give him a hug, and he's just instantly flinching away. And just the flinching from the potential hug caused him a great deal amount of pain. And he told me some of the tablets he's on, and it's like, oh wow, I used to be on some of that. And there's some I hadn't heard of, but just because of some of the stuff I had heard of, I instantly knew, because I was on it, that he's in a lot of pain. So that's why there was a few cancelled streams because of that, because we kept getting bad news and more bad news. And then ultimately, I then got the bad news that he'd passed away. The funeral is going to be on the 10th of November, which I'm looking at going to. It's a Friday, so I've got to try and get some time off work. Because it's a 3-hour drive up, we'll leave probably Friday morning to get there for the afternoon service. And then you've got the wake. We probably won't be coming home until Saturday, possibly Sunday. So that weekend, there won't be a stream. I've already made a brief announcement about it, but I'll remind people closer to time. Now, on my dad's side of the family, my nan, so my dad's mum, she had cancer. She passed away. We had literally, I think it was 3 weeks notice notice isn't quite the right word, but from diagnosis to death, it was about 3 weeks. My dad got a call to say that she took very ill and he needed to get up there quick because we were on borrowed time. My dad literally got in the car, drove out the drive, and he got another call. Sorry, you're too late. So he never got to say goodbye to his mum. And that's how quick that happened. He got the phone call saying, get here, and then he couldn't even get the car out the drive, and it's like, yeah, sorry. Before that, my aunt, so my dad's sister, she had breast cancer, but fortunately she survived. She's still alive today. So the only people in my dad's immediate family, as in, his parents and brothers and sisters, it's only my granddad and my dad that hasn't had it. And I have heard my dad ask, when's my go? And it's like, shit, don't say that, Dad. But even I thought it, I bet he's thinking it because it was his brother, his sister, his mother. It's like, that's 3 out of 5. That is shit. So, yeah, it's not brilliant. Even if you get warning, you still can't really prepare for passing of a family member. I mean, we're 3 hours away, hardly go home, so it's not like I see him every day and we're really close. I mean, I always felt I was close to my uncle. He was pretty cool in my book, but I haven't seen him that much over the last time I saw him was when my nan passed away, and before that I don't know when, excluding this one trip I went up to recently. So I've had all that going on for a little while now. One thing that I won't be going into any detail of because it's still ongoing and it's not my place to say because it's not involving me, but there is a family member who is a little bit ill. He's been in and out of hospital and it has caused quite a bit of distress in the family and stress. There's been quite a few cancelled streams of that you may recall. One day I was playing Seasons After Fall, and then you can't see it when my door opens, but you kind of see me go like that. And I always mute my mic when I see my door opening, so you'll see me talking away, and you think, oh, someone's talking to Scott, and all of a sudden it's okay. Then come back to the stream. But if I don't know if any of you will remember the stream, but from before then to after that conversation, my mood changed completely. I was happy, I was looking forward to the game, and then all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, I don't want to play this game anymore. I even said, look guys, I'm going, I'm done. I can't play. Something had happened, and basically I had to go to hospital in the city, and I didn't get back until about 1 in the morning the next day. And I had to drive back from the city, and it's at night, and I hate driving at night, and I had to drive back. Got back at 1, and I had to go to bed because I'd work the next day. And then you're waiting by your phone at work for news because a family member's in hospital. And that's been going on for a year, and it's very stressful. It's quite difficult to deal with. Excuse me. Because you don't know when the next phone call's coming. And you just got all these sort of different thoughts, and you don't know what type of phone call's coming. So I know it's vague. I can't go into it because it's not to do with me personally. It's a family member. It's not my place to say. But I'll move on to the next one that I kind of want to talk to, which again I can't go into too much detail because this one's about work. I've recently got a promotion at work, which is great, right? Promotion, more responsibility, more money. No, it's not. Work's been very stressful as well. There's been quite a few things going on, which has caused a lot of people to be unhappy. Not just me, but a lot of people. I'm not going to go into details because, well, long story short, talking about not my work, but you do hear about people talking bad about their jobs on social media. Like there was one girl who, on Twitter, had a bad day at work and she completely moaned about her boss who was following her on Twitter, and the next day she got sacked because she badmouthed her boss in the company. There was another girl that was like, oh great, I start my new shitty job tomorrow, not looking forward to this. Boss replied, no, you're not starting your new shitty job tomorrow, you're fired. So you do have to be careful how you talk about things. But again, work is been very tough, and it's not just sort of office politics, we'll say. It's also to do with my pain. When I first became ill, I was off ill for 2 years, and I then decided I'm going back to work because work was kind of telling me, look, we need to know what's going on. Are you coming back or you're not? We need to replace you if you're not coming back. And they got a business to run, so it's kind of understandable they need to know what's going on with me. So I kind of felt a bit pressured. And then I was also a little bit pressured at home. Some things were said. So I said, right, I'm going back to work against my doctor's wishes. My doctor did not want me going back to work. But he can't stop me. It's my own choice. I'm an adult. As far as I understand, the only way you can stop me is if I'm a danger to myself or someone else, which I wasn't. You know, if I make my condition worse, then, well, it's my fault, but I'm not going to kill myself from working, basically. So I went back to work and they put me down to part-time. I was full-time. They put me down to part-time because the school felt that'd be best for me. And at first I didn't like the idea of being part-time. But as years went by, I kind of realised, well, actually, it is best because I was just about managing. I was just about coping with part-time. Hey, Dom, how's it going? Last year I stepped up to full-time, and it's been murder ever since. It's been very difficult. It's been very painful. And I hope that none of you have to go through a large amount of pain. Being in pain all day, and I do mean all day, every day, is very difficult. Not only because, I'm in pain. I'm in a lot of pain now, and I'm just saying, talking to you. If I had to give it a pain score out of 10, I'm easily a 5 out of 10 at the moment in pain. And, you know, unless I told you that, who would have guessed? Seriously, right? Boyo! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the herd. Now, I'm pretty good, or I think I'm pretty good at hiding my pain. If you see that I'm actually in pain, it's safe to say I'm a 7 or 8 out of 10 in pain. So if when I'm in America and that, Cadanzra or family sees that I'm in pain, I'm easily an 8. You know, so it's not like, oh, he's in a little bit of pain. It's, no, he's screaming in agony on the inside and he's just slightly showing it on the outside. Highest pain score I've gone is 9. Now, the way the doctors and nurses describe it, they say, out of 10, what's your pain? 10 being the most unbearable pain you can imagine. Well, I'm hoping I haven't had the most bearable. Well, you kind of would know, but I'm kind of guessing that when I've been at my most pain, there's possibly more pain to come. For example, I'm in a lot of stomach pain, but if I had my leg cut off, I would assume that would hurt more than my stomach hurting. No worries, Poyer. How's it going? We're talking sort of depression and anxiety and sort of some things that have been happening in my life at the moment. So a bit serious, but, you know, But my point is, as Didlix is saying, being in pain is exhausting physically and mentally. I've noticed in the last year or so, I've got more grey hairs. And it's like, well, yeah, okay, I'm 30, I'm getting old. But that could be down to stress. And it's stress from... Yeah, you can post a link. Stress from being in all the pain. Even my beard is going grey. So that's actually, it's physically tiring, being in a constant amount of pain. Let's have a look at this. Zero. Blood is going to explode out of my face at any moment. And then 12 is obviously it's exploded out of the face. Yeah. Alright, well that's kind of comical, but... Alright, so I'm saying I'm in 5 at the moment. So apparently I'm on why is this happening to me? Oh, believe me, I've given up to... Oh, so I'm not quite, my pain is super legit. 7, I see Jesus coming for me and I'm scared. No, I'm not in that much pain. But I mean, there was one day when I did actually hit 9. which apparently is I'm almost definitely dying. When I did hit 9, I was in hospital. I was curled up in the fetal position, cradling my stomach, and I had tears streaming down my face. I'm not too proud to not admit that. I was crying. Nurse came over to me, and she was instantly concerned I was going to roll out of bed, so she lifts up the barrier. And then she's like, "Oh, excuse me a sec," and then she wiped a couple of tears off my face. She did apologise. And you go, "Hello, welcome." And yeah, so that was the most amount of pain I've been in, and that was bad. That was a lot of pain. I don't think I've been in more than that since, not that I can remember, but my memory is absolutely shit. Which I don't know why. Why is my memory so bad lately? Is it the medication? Is it just stress? Trying to block everything? Or am I just getting old? But it's definitely with all of that in the last year that's gone on, and I've been in this amount of pain. Well, I've been in pain since 2011. That's how the depression kind of started for me, was just being in all this pain. And I'm never going to get better. And the most difficult thing for me is, because I've been in a lot of pain, I've got used to pain. Alright, I mean, you can't quite get used to pain, but I've come accustomed to pain. And I've lost my train of thought. But just because the worst thing is not knowing why I'm in pain. If I knew why this is going on, I could handle the not ever getting better part, because at least I know what's going on and why it's happening. But I don't know what's going on, and I don't know why it's happening. All I know is it's not going to kill me. When the pain gets worse, I know it's not because there's more damage. I'm not making the wound worse, because, well, there is no wound. But I think life would be a lot easier if I just knew. So, since 2011, every day I've been in a lot of pain, and that's not including the rest of what life can throw at you. And it takes its toll. Hey Toad, 30 is old. I don't think it is fibromyalgia. Cause pain, it's abdominal. But then you've got, like, before my pain came along, I had depression a while back, but that was because I was in the wrong job. I started working at a bank, literally, right? Get a new job at the bank, it was my dream job. Do I take any meds for depression? No. I sort of explained earlier that I went to the doctors and I was giving a link for a self-help guide, which I've got. No, that's not the one. So I got a printout with a website for self-help guide, and then a book list which I can then go on Amazon and buy books. I mean, I'm sure these books are probably helpful, but going back on the lack of willpower, the lack of motivation, I'm not going to spend money on books that may or may not help. I'm a bit frugal with my money. My money is mine, I work hard to get it. And I'm not going to read a book saying, oh, go out and exercise and have a social life, because, well, I exercise. Okay, my social life is this, and I talk to friends and play games with friends, but I'm still talking to people. I'm not going down the pub, but I'm still talking to people. So that's what I got. That's what I've got. So, yeah, no meds. They don't like giving out meds. But I went to the doctor. I had a 5-minute conversation with him. I said, look, I think I've got depression. Why do you think I've got depression? Walla walla. And I'm like, well... And I briefly explained what I've just talked tonight. Briefly, 5 minutes, right? The last year's worth of everything in 5 minutes. I didn't even scratch the surface. And he's like, yeah, you've got mild to moderate depression and anxiety. I agree with you. Here's a paperwork. And that's the frustrating thing. I've reached out. I've said, look, I need help. Because I've had depression before. I know, like, the self-help guide stuff to do, the exercise, the social, the regular sleep. I've been doing that all these years. My depression's gone on longer than a year. It's this last year, the self-help part isn't working. I don't know about bipolar. I mean, I think I've knew a person with bipolar, but I don't. But that's it. I don't know much about things. No prescription, no referrals. So just he basically said if in a couple of months you're still feeling the way you are, come back and we'll see what we do. Well, over here we've got you can go get counselling. I did counselling once, and I just sat there and she said, you know, why are you here? So I explained everything. She's like, okay, well, we'll end it there. And it's like, well, you haven't said anything. So I don't know whether it was helpful or not. I mean, I should have carried on going. Maybe the paper is the meds. Have I tried ingesting it? Well, yeah, you can digest it. I was going to talk about something else as well. And I might. People also with depression may not necessarily always call out for help or say, you know, I need help. And they're also, I can't remember who quoted it or who said it. Someone said about some, you know, people with depression that kind of laugh the loudest and the longest. And I think that's actually quite true. There was one Stardew Valley stream that sticks out in mind, right? You guys, if you went and watched that VOD and then said, oh, Scott's got depression, would you put the two together? Now, I can't remember which stream it was, but I was laughing, I was joking, I was dancing, I was really getting into Stardew Valley. Off stream, while I was streaming, I had messages on Steam popping up. I really hope you're okay. I'm here if you need me. You know, the supportive friend messages that friends talk to you, because I was actually talking about some serious stuff off stream. And this particular friend knew, well, I was obviously talking to this particular friend, but yet on stream, everyone's just like, oh, look at Walla, he's so happy, he's dancing, oh, Walla dance, we should really make a collage of this. And yet behind the scenes, I'm crying on the inside. Counselling, therapy, biofeedback. Yeah, I don't know if counselling's good or not. I've seen people go to counselling and it's not helped them at all. I had one counselling session back when I was working at the bank, and it didn't help. And I don't know what the system needs to do, or, I mean, as I say, it's absolutely roasting hot in this room as well. I'm roasting. It's the same doctor that didn't bother to change pills and dosage. I got worse side effects. I don't know what that is referencing to, Toad. I have just changed doctors though. My old doctor's surgery shut down, so I had to change doctors. So this doctor I hadn't seen before. But the other thing is as well, you kind of, I mean, I don't know what resources are out there because they don't tell us. And as I said at the start of the stream, charities and things are campaigning for doctors to make resources more known because they are out there. I mean, I've got, you know, a website here to help with it. But if doctors need to make all these things, you know, aware and available. Diddlix said to me I can self-refer to a service, which I didn't know. No one told me that until Diddlix said it. So if I'd never done this IRL stream, I would have never known. I had worse effects at one point when starting medication for migraine. Did it? See, that's the thing, Toad. You're telling me stuff that's gone in my life and I can't even remember. Starting medication for migraine. And that's the other thing. My migraines, they say, are down to stress. And at first I was thinking, stress? What have I got to be stressed about? And then I went on holiday to America in the summer. I had one migraine. Bearing in mind, I get them every day. I've had them every day for a year now, migraines. And I had one migraine in the summer, and that was because it was absolutely bright outside and I didn't put my sunglasses on. So yeah, it's definitely stress. It's definitely stress. But then people sort of say, well, what have you got to be stressed and depressed about? You know, you've got a job, you've got friends, you've got your parents are still together, which is quite rare. You know, your parents love you. You've got a roof over your head, you're fed. And it's like, well, depression's not quite that simple. It's not that simple. It's other things. I think the biggest cause for me is the pain. Because I am absolutely exhausted. Yet just be happy or smile, it's never going to happen. Those things aren't helpful at all. I mean, when I'm talking to people with depression, I mean, I've had quite a few friends. I've had a friend that's committed suicide on me before, who I was actually talking to at the time, trying to calm down. I'm not very good at talking about things, and I'm always a bit stuck for words. I always find, though, just listening to people helps. But then asking, I mean, I remember a family member of mine when I got diagnosed with depression the last time, just kept asking me every day, are you alright? Yeah. You sure you're alright? Yeah. Is that what I want to hear, or is it the truth? And it's just like, oh my god, just leave me alone. I just want to be left on my own. Not bothered constantly, because people see depression and it's like, oh, got to treat him, you know, with kid gloves and ask him constantly if he's alright and if he needs anything, and we're here. If it's like, yeah, I know you're there if I need you, and I'll come to you if I need you. Just give me my space. And that's the trouble with the sort of the stigma all around mental health, is no one knows what to do or how to handle it. Apart from the people that are trained, obviously. But it's just... And that's why we... Cure for depression, unfortunately, involve talking quite a bit. Yeah, it is different for everyone. And I don't think... I don't know, for me, like, if talking helps. I mean, I always thank my friend for listening to me, because like pretty much every day for the last year I've just been kind of venting. It does help a little bit, but the trouble is, the problems are still there. You could talk about it till the cows come home. Blackheart, hey, how's it going? First time viewer, long time anxiety sufferer. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if I actually have anxiety. I don't know what anxiety really is. But the doctor said I had mild anxiety, so you know, I'm going to believe the doctor. I mean, I'm no expert, so if I'm saying things wrong, please don't shoot me. But I mean, I don't like social situations. Like, I don't like going down the pub where there's a crowd of people I don't know. I mean, if I know people there, I'll be fine. I'll kind of stick to them. I mean, I don't. Well, I get uncomfortable in certain situations. It's best I could describe it. Laying in bed at night, though, that's when you just think on everything bad ever. It usually works better in non-friends environment. See, I don't know. Dark thoughts are part of anxiety. Okay, fair enough. I mean, well, the elephant in the room. I'm not thinking suicidal thoughts. I'm just really sort of sad and just I don't know, just very, very low mood. I don't think I've had a panic attack. I guess I would know if I had a panic attack. A chronic pain group would be a good start. See, now Dom, you say that, right? I've got with my pain, I got a website with some forums where people go and talk about their pain. But that's the other thing that frustrated me. I got sent to a pain management team to deal with my pain, right? And they're like, right, so what are you expecting from us, Walla Walla? And I'm like, I don't want to be in pain in your pain management team. Unless I'm stupid, that's what you're here to fix. They started talking about mindset. It's like, yep, you need to be happy, talk about your pain and, just be positive. It's like, okay, how's that getting rid of the pain? It's not about getting rid of the pain, it's about remaining so happy that the pain doesn't get you down. And it's like, that's not going to help. I could be happy all I want, yet as soon as I'm in pain, it's just going to put a dampener on it. I could be on holiday in America, having the time of my life with my best friends, and you just get a bit of pain, and it won't ruin the holiday, but it's just like, yeah, now I need to sit down because I'm just in quite a bit of pain. To feel better, you need to feel better. Yeah. And that's the frustrating. And then it's like, oh yeah, here's a forum to a website with people that suffer with pain every day. No one uses it. No one uses that site. I get an email once a month saying someone's posted something new, like, oh, hi, my name's such and such, I've just been given this website, this is my problem. And people kind of reply with a few, supportive messages, and that's it. The forums then go dead for another few months. Do I think the pain will ever go away? No. I've been told by the doctors that there's a slight chance that I might wake up one day and the pain is gone, but it would be better to go buy a lottery ticket than hope for that. So I might get better, but I got more chance of winning the lottery. So I've been buying lottery tickets, because if I win the lottery, then I'll be too rich to give a shit. Have I been to a chiropractor? Laura, you always get confused. You always ask about my back, Laura, which is nice of you, but it's my stomach. Although I do have backache, but... Although, actually, I do. I got mild scoliosis in my back, which does hurt my back. I did actually hurt my back a couple of weeks ago and was off for a week. But I can handle back pain. I gotta learn to live with it. I am working now, Nick Girl. Unfortunately, I have a very physical job, which makes the pain worse. So I am looking for work where I'm hoping to be in less pain. Office work, for example. If I could sit at a desk. But the trouble is, I'm sat at a desk now. Other than moving my arms around, flailing and drinking a drink, I'm not doing anything physical. But I'm still in pain. But obviously, if I then went out and started cutting my lawn at 9 o'clock at night, it would hurt. A chiropractor? What's a chiropractor? We've gone from chiropractors to chiropractors. I did have acupuncture once on my back. Oh my god, that was the best feeling ever. It got rid of my back pain for about 5 minutes. And that is trolling. It's fine. I don't mind the trolling. It's bringing light on the situation. And I got to admit, I was half expecting some trolls to come in and try and ruin the sort of the seriousness with what we're talking about. Best 5 minutes of my life, eh? I could think of something better, but I'm not going to go into that one. You're a cluster headache patient. Ouch. I've heard about those. Imigran. It's migraine medication. I've got I actually got a handy box. I found a company online that will actually get my prescription off my doctor and deliver my medication in a nice little box. So for my headaches, I've got I didn't get them from that company. I already had some. I've got Pisa. I can't pronounce it. Oh, they're here somewhere. They're here somewhere. I do need to find them actually because I need to take them tonight. And if I've lost them, then there they are. There we go. You use a phone app called Echo to order prescriptions, and I've just knocked my drink over. I use Pharmacy to You. I used to use Boots, but then Boots doesn't get my migraine medication. They can't get it. I get these for my migraines. Pizotyphon. I pronounce them Pizotyphon, but doctors pronounce it differently. I take one of them a night, and it gets rid of my headaches mostly. My migraines, and then I've got one which I've dubbed my emergency migraine tablet. It's sumatriptan. You take that. Keep burping. Pepsi does that to you. I take that when I get a migraine come on, and it kicks the migraine's ass. Within about 15 minutes of taking that, it's gone, which is nice. Unfortunately, the side effects include I got to go to bed. It just really kicks my ass. Spa day. I'm looking forward to the spa day. Massages are nice. You try and diagnose yourself, found out two main things. Neck pain and eye strain. Huh. Well, yeah, I guess that could make sense. Eye strain. Yeah, the eye strain I can understand. That's the other thing is as well, with my migraines, I've now got kind of double vision. My two eyes don't work together, because you've obviously got left and a right eye. They both see, they then both work together, and then the signal goes back to your brain, and you get the picture that you see. Mine don't work together as they should. There's a slight lag, to use a gamer term, between the two. So my vision's a bit wonky, and it gets worse with migraines, but they don't know whether the vision causes the migraine or the migraine causes the vision problems. And it is difficult to focus on things, and that can make you feel ill. But cluster headaches, I've heard of them. They don't sound nice. Migraines aren't nice at all. Yeah, for massages in the NHS, I don't think you would get them. You can get physiotherapy on the NHS, which, you know, sometimes they will like do certain types of massages and things, but that's only when you've had injuries and things. I wouldn't be able to get them. Not for like relaxation and stuff. Ginger. I've got some ginger. It's absolutely disgusting. I got mild ginger gems for motion sickness. Because I bought a HTC Vive and I played Subnautica in the ocean and I got seasick from my chair. It was great. Are they expensive over here? I don't know. Never had one. Well, not an official massage. You know, I've had friends come around my house and give me massages. That's all I'm going to say on that one. And then I had a massage from my Swedish ex-girlfriend. Oh, that was the best one. I just wanted to go to sleep afterwards, and she's like, no, you've got to get up, we've got to go to a wedding. I'm like, but I want to go to sleep. That was just so relaxing. That's the frustrating thing, that like doctors in the NHS, there's a crisis going on. There's more patients than doctors, which well, it's obviously more patients than doctors. But you get 5 minutes, and sometimes, like if you get a doctor when he's having a bad day, he just wants to get rid of you, and you always feel like a bloody burden. I always feel like a burden, and I actually did get told. I had a doctor sort of moan at me once. I had a letter come from the hospital saying, oh, this is all to do with my stomach. Doctor, I had a letter from the doctor and he said, you know, you got an appointment at the hospital at this time. So I went there and I sat down. The doctor's like, well, what do you want from me? I'm like, well, you sent me the appointment letter. I thought you found something. No. Told you I can't find anything. I don't know what's wrong with you. Just stop bothering me. He's like, what? So I got told to stop wasting his time. Have I had yes, I've had CTs, I've had MRIs, I've had all sorts of blood tests and x-rays. By the appointment, I think it was an admin error. It wasn't meant to be sent. But I was so hopeful having that letter, because I didn't make the appointment. I thought, oh my god, one of the tests, it's found something, you know? And it's just like, yeah, thanks for that. Oh, I haven't even told you the best bits yet. I had I went for surgery. I've had 2 surgeries for this condition. The first surgery, they thought I had a hernia, which would make sense. My physical job, I could have probably pulled a hernia. So they said to me, what we'll do is we'll open you up, we'll look around. If we find a hernia, we'll fix it. If we find something else, we'll see if we can fix it or at least have an idea of what's going on. Okay, fine, signed the paperwork, went under the knife, woke me up. So what happened? You had a hernia operation. Oh, so you found a hernia then? You had a hernia operation, that's what you went in for. No, I got told I was going in for exploratory. Well, it says here, hernia operation. Sorry. You know, it's only my life we're talking about. I'm sorry to have, inconvened you. And they were quite rude with me. Anyway, 6 months later, I was still in pain. And I went back and it transpired I never had a hernia. They didn't fix it. They don't know what they did. So I'm like, right, I want to see the notes, please. Yeah, sure, we'll get you the notes when we find them. Yeah, they're gone. The notes vanished. So, fuck knows what happened in that surgery, I tell you. They then investigated more and found some fluid by my appendix. And they thought, oh, maybe my appendix flared up but then settled. So it didn't quite go fully nuclear but settled down, hence the fluid. So they offered to take my appendix out. But they did warn me, chances are it won't fix it. I'm like, right, take it out. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? It prevents me from getting appendicitis in the future anyway. So they took it out and, well, it didn't fix the problem. But, I'm not going to get appendicitis now, so. Yeah, it's been a great ride, I tell you. I've had every test under the sun. I've been poked and prodded and... Oh, do you know what? And the amount of people that have seen me naked... I know it's not an image you want to see, or TMI and that, but it was always the doctor come in with all the student doctors and it's like, right, take your clothes off, and it's like, right, so which one of you 5 is buying me dinner? Because I want feeding, I need whining and dining. Yeah, the hospital is not... You're already ill, you feel like shit, and... dignity just goes out the window quick. It just goes out quick. But I was the most patient on the ward. There was a guy over from me and he was getting really angry. The doctors weren't coming. They weren't finding out what was wrong with him. He was getting really irate. And it was just like, well, they'll get to us when they get to us, man. You're not the only patient on this hospital. I was polite to them. I was nice to them. You get all that for free. Why our subs can't even have a Walla costume by. I'm sorry. There's no moose costumes out there. You would not want to see that. You wouldn't want to see me in a moose costume. Alright then. I get it, Ramses. Hey girl, how's it going? But that's the trouble. I just find the support network isn't there. They say, yep, here's the websites. Here's the forums. And you might send me home with a moose costume after my holiday. Alright then. And that's what I find the most frustrating. Is just the lack of support and stigma. And he's like, because he asked me, when I was speaking to him about my depression, he's like, what do you want from me? I'm like, well, I don't know what I want. I just don't want to feel like how I feel. I want to get better. Because he's just like, what do you want from me? It's like, well, I'm not going to mention medication because I just know instantly you're going to put your shields up or whatever the phraseology is and not give them out because I'm not drug seeking. I'm not. But that's the other thing. It's taboo. It's like, what can you say to the doctor? I just didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to answer that question. What do you want from me? I don't know. I just want to get better. I want to be happy again. Because that's the trouble. I'm not happy. I mean, I'll laugh, I'll joke, I'll smile. I mean, I very rarely smile. If you see me at work, you won't see me smile at work. Actually, I very rarely smile. But yeah, even like as I've proved, like in that one Stardew Valley stream, I was laughing, I was joking, I was smiling. It was all kind of, it was a mask, to use someone's word earlier. Well, yeah, that is true, Ragnar. But I didn't know how to word it. I didn't know, because you've got 5 minutes. You've got to talk about 6 years worth of problems and feelings, and in 5 minutes, it's like, what do you say? What do you cut out? Well, it's AGP, yes. Yep, 5-minute appointments, though. You get 5 minutes, and you're allowed to talk about one problem in 5 minutes. That's what you get. It's standard. I mean, if you want longer, you go pay. Be like, yay, I'm the bro. But that's the trouble. I mean, if it was simple, like, oh, doctor, I've been having headaches for the last year, that's fine. Because that appointment, I was trying to talk about my migraines, that was easy. It's like, yeah, I've been getting headaches for the last year. And they said, oh, how does that headache happen? Well, it always starts behind my right eye and then just... oh, that's not a headache, that's a migraine. Oh, is it? I never knew that. That's easy to talk about. Kind of want to tell me to go drastic. That's the trouble, though, Domino. That is, you've hit the nail on the head. I won't get the attention until I go drastic. Because I said to the doctor, I said, look, I'm not getting suicidal thoughts. So because I said that, it's like, oh, you're only mild to moderately depressed. So go back and come back when you're severely depressed. And it's like, hang on a minute. Yeah, you've cut your leg. It's bleeding quite a lot, but it's not yet gangrenous. Come back when it's green. All right, yeah, I'll do that, doctor. Thank you. I mean, you wouldn't do it. You'd bandage the leg. Come back when you're dead. Yeah. And that's the other thing as well. It's like, when I had depression the last time when I was working at the bank made me go to their doctor to be assessed, to see if I was cleared, safe, and ready to come back to work. Right? And the doctor was like, so, how are you feeling? I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm really positive. I've been out for runs. Is he going to call me a liar? I mean, I was lying through my teeth, but is he really going to call you a liar? I mean, I can easily lie about how I'm feeling on the inside. I can easily put a mask on it and fake it. I mean, my parents probably don't even know. Oh, you're alright, you seem a bit sad today. Oh, just tired. Just had a crap night's sleep. Just did not sleep for toffee. Are they going to call me a liar? But it's not just my doctor, Didlix. I've seen a few doctors over the years, and I find it's the system. I mean, I could be wrong. I might have just been having crap doctors. But Baker acted? What? Seems like someone needs a thrill in their life. Not quite that simple, girl. Did they Cadenzra? See, I don't know. I mean, if you guys have picked up on it, then fair enough. But then you guys probably see me more than what my parents would. I mean, one stream that you guys would have noticed would have been the last Undertale stream. That last Undertale stream, I was not happy. I was not a happy Teddy, and to be dying constantly. Yeah, I rage quit. I rage quit the game, and I don't normally rage quit. But yeah, I did. But that's the thing, I can't keep trying doctors. The surgeries in my local area are shutting down. I've got one surgery I can go to. And I've been assigned a doctor. Still try to be reasonable. With what? That's the trouble with bloody Twitch delay, man. You're talking and everyone's having like conversations with each other, which is fine, and then you reply to me and I'm just getting lost and confused. Everyone does suffer depression differently, you're right. You know, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this tonight. It's because I've been wanting to. Oh, I tried to be reasonable. Yeah, I should have just. I knew I shouldn't have played that game, but I wanted to because it was on the schedule. That's kind of something else I want to discuss in a bit, anyway. Darn, we're not talking about them. Shh. Yeah, you can, Dilix, you can say different ones, but that was my first appointment at that surgery. I've just swapped to that surgery because my old one shut. They couldn't get staff, so they had to shut down. So that was literally my first appointment. I went in there to say, oh, I need more migraine medication, and then I'd like to talk about something else, please. GP is general practitioner. It's basically a doctor that kind of specialises in day-to-day health. You go to him. He's your normal doctor. He knows a bit about most things, but doesn't specialise. Yeah, you call them surgeries. It's just the doctor's office. Going to a mental ward. I mean mental ward. That's the thing as well. Even with like those secured units and stuff, they won't keep you in. You just say, "Yeah, I'm fine," and they'll let you go home. I mean, I haven't posed a threat to myself or anyone else, so I wouldn't be going down that route. That's the other thing. They're all a bit too scared about putting people in specialised wards and things. Everyone does seem to be. See, I know someone that's attempted suicide multiple times, and they get let out the next day. He goes in to be assessed and then comes out the next day. It's like, they're not helping. There's clearly an issue. They assess them, say, yeah, you're fine. You know, your wounds aren't going to kill you. Off you go. Here's a number, call that number. I should have wrote stuff down because I've got a few things I just kind of wanted to discuss. And as I was just going to say, like I didn't have to share this with the herd, but I wanted to because you guys, you know, I'm obviously not going to share everything that goes on in my life. You know, I'm not going to start putting Discord announcements, what I've had for dinner and what time I wake up and, you know, and all that nonsense. But I'm not going to go into massive details with things. But I did want to share it all because, you know, you come to my streams, you want to enjoy them, I want to enjoy them. You know, and I love that you guys do enjoy my streams and you want to come along to them. It's great, you know, and I do appreciate it. So I did want you to guys just to get a bit of an understanding of why there has been cancelled streams lately. I don't like cancelling streams because the streams are my hobby, and that's one of the things that gets recommended is get a hobby. And, you know, cancelling that just means that I'm then just sat here like, well, what am I going to do? I'm bored. Now, I've got a friend who can tell you that would agree to this entirely, right? For the last year, and this comes into the whole, how you guys have been saying I've got a Fortnite addiction, right? For the last year, I've been complaining to a friend saying, I'm bored. What shall I do? Play a game. Well, that makes sense. You're a gamer, go play a game. I've got 400 games on Steam. Play a game. Fine, fair enough. What game do I play? Well, what games are you up for? I don't want to play anything. Quiet to listen, thank you for the follow. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'd like a new game, so I asked my friend to help me pick out a new game on Steam. Well, what do you want to play? I don't know. What genre do you want to play? Well, yeah, I don't know. I could probably go for a strategy or an RPG or something with a good storyline. So then my friend helps me pick out games. No, that was crap. So, and my friend was like, oh, what do you want me to do? I then find a game, Fortnite, that captures my attention. Now, some of you that have had depression or know people with depression will know that settling into an activity is difficult. Like, putting the telly on, watching a movie. I can put a movie on, and then within 5 minutes, nah, don't want it. I could be at work and I think, do you know what? I'm going to go home. I'm going to stream Factorio tonight. I really come up with some great ideas for Factorio, and I really want to play it, share it with the herd, just have a great time. I get home, nah, don't feel like Fortnite. Don't feel like Factorio. Do you know what? I don't even feel like streaming. Nah, can't be bothered. Yet, a few hours ago, I was really hyped for it, and just now I don't want to. So, for the fact that Fortnite has caught my attention and actually keeps my attention is a good thing, because it's keeping me busy. It's stopping me from thinking, dark things and being, and sad. So it's not that I've got an absolute crippling addiction to Fortnite where it's so bad I don't want to go to work. It's the one thing that at the moment keeps me occupied. That's the other thing as well. The doctor asked me to assess my depression. It's like, can you get up in the mornings to go to work? Yeah, I can. I really don't want to, and I want to roll over and go back to sleep, but I can because, well, I have to. I've got to go to work. I've got to earn money. I might need a break from games. But then what would I do instead, Guru? I mean, I'm not an athletic, sporty person. I'm nothing fits. Everything is boring. Everything is stupid till you find Fortnite. Well, yeah, it'll find something. It's like girls with clothes. Possibly. Good night, quiet to listen. Thank you for stopping by. And do take care of yourself. Do IRL. Well, I'm doing IRL now. I'll find an activity that captures attention is a good thing. Keeping you away or busy will also help getting better. Issue. Well, yes. I agree, Toad. I agree. But that's the trouble. It's like, how do I address the issues? I mean, from what I feel is the main cause of my depression is constant pain. And there's no way to address that issue. I'm in pain. The pain is not going to go away. I've been trying to cope with it now for 6 years. And they have been 6 long years. It's changed my life. I mean, I had a relationship that was going great. And then all of a sudden, as my condition wasn't going worse, but the amount of medication I was getting put on was going up and up and up. I ended up on morphine. And as soon as I got put on the morphine, my ex left me. She said it's because she wanted to focus on work and stuff, but I suspect her parents had a hand in that, because my ex was married to a guy that preferred drink and bowling to his wife and daughter. So I think her parents were worried that I would prefer my medication to her or something, or I would become an addict. And I'm far from an addict. I mean, I'm on my medication. I've been on it for years, but I'm not dependent. I only take my medication when I need it, and half the time I don't even take it, which is my own fault, I know, but the side effects from my medication sometimes isn't nice. Medieval fencing, that would be kind of cool. Javelin. I really like to be. Yes, exactly, Poyo. It's like I said earlier, I want to go to the gym, but the prospect of going to the gym, it's tiring. It's all hot and sweaty. For me personally, it will give me a lot of pain. I'm then going to be there with people that go to the gym all the time, so you can have all the people that have got muscles on their muscles, and then there's just me sort of flailing about, looking like crap. I don't want to go to the gym. Just stay at home. That's kind of the trouble as well. But then, yeah, I mean, like, so with the other causes of my depression, okay, my uncle dying, yeah, I knew it was coming. I had depression before he passed away. So obviously I've got to then go to his funeral and then go through like the grieving process, if you will. I personally find, I don't know what the word is actually, I feel heartless, I guess, because I don't really seem to go through the grieving process like others do. Like, at the moment, I don't feel kind of anything from my uncle's death. I mean, I'm sad he passed away. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. I'll go to his funeral, obviously, and I'll probably cry, as I do at funerals. And then after that, I'll be fine again. I mean, my dad, it was obviously his brother, his older brother, so it will hit him hard. But because I don't see my uncle often, it's like, well, yeah, it's just like a distant thing. Actually, I do want to talk about Cheeky. Now, not everyone kind of understands. People that haven't got pets sometimes don't necessarily understand the loss of a pet. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that are new here tonight, I'm going to type an emote into the channel. Now, if you've got better Twitch TV, you'll see a drawing, a little cartoon drawing of a cockatiel. Now, I had a pet cockatiel named Cheeky, and he was the family pet. We got him when I was little. Just seeing if I've got a photo of him on my PC. I don't think I do. We got him when he was little, and a while back, not long after I got diagnosed with my illness, my little brother got a cat, and the cat obviously wanted to eat the bird. Natural, wildlife instincts. The cat doesn't like me. He's absolutely petrified of me, and as a result, he also won't come into my room. So Cheeky came in my room to be safe from the cat. So even if I wasn't in my room, the cat, and my door was open, the cat still wouldn't go in. Even if you heard the bird talking away, he would not go in my room. And after I started streaming, Cheeky became quite popular within the herd. He used to be there, literally, he was there where my finger is. That's where his cage was. In the evenings, he would start like shouting and like squawking for me to turn the light off. Cats, I think it was, started off by calling him the director of lighting of the stream, because Cheeky decided when or not I turn my light on and off. And that's kind of why I'm sat in the dark now. It was just habit, because I could, in the evenings, I would not have it on. And after a while, I started covering up as well. So he'd actually start squawking when he wanted me to put the covers on him. And then what we did eventually with my artwork, I bought a Logitech C920 webcam, got a tripod which went above me up there, and it aimed that way to Cheeky. And we had Cheeky Cam, and people could spend Moose Tracks, which is the channel currency, to see Cheeky for 5 minutes. And sometimes he'd just be sat there, sometimes he'd be sleeping, sometimes he'd be cleaning himself, or he'd climb down and, have some food. He became, really became a part of the stream. There was one day when I cancelled the stream because he was being very noisy. It was during Mountain Blade, and I got a bit annoyed with him. I used, Cheeky, shut up. And it was bad as well with when you got headaches or you're trying to study and he's just there, trying to sleep at 7 in the morning, and he's just trying to sing to the birds outside. It's like, Cheeky. And then one day I took him to the vets to get his beak clipped, because his beak went a bit wrong in his later years, and I had to get it trimmed sort of every month. And he went out there to get his beak trimmed, and he never came back. So I had to take him home and get him buried. And it sucked. It absolutely sucked. I remember typing on Discord the announcement that he passed away, and I was crying my eyes out trying to see the keyboard and see what I was typing. I couldn't see because of all the tears. And yeah, I mean, he was... It was stress, Domino. He didn't like... He had... I noticed he had some breathing issues that particular week. So I said to the vet, look, he's got breathing issues. He seems to be breathing really fast, but he seems alright. He's eating, he's drinking, he's pooping, he's singing. So So she said, she'll look over him, and she clipped his beak, and the stress, he just stopped breathing. So I guess he had a heart attack. And yeah, he was a part of the stream. The herd loved him, but it's not just that. He was company. Like, I'd get home, and if he'd heard my voice in the house before he'd seen me, he would start shouting, because he soon registered me as his owner, even though I wasn't. But because he always seen me, he thought I was his owner. So he'd actually call for me. It's like, I can hear you. Come see me. I know you're home. Or even, if he hadn't quite heard me and I just walked straight into my room, he'd get all happy. He'd wake, if he was waking up, and he'd show off his wings, which was like his way of saying hello and that, and he'd whistle at me, and I'd talk to him, and he'd do these little whistles as if you're having a conversation with him. So it was a big part of my life, actually. It was company as well. It was company. It was really weird not having him here. Because, it was just... Even when he was asleep, you just knew he was in the room, like his presence was there. And some people are like, well, it's just a bird. What's the fuss about? Well, he was a companion. He was a good bird. He liked TV. He'd watch TV. We had a cartoon years ago called Droopy. It was a talking dog. He'd watch that. He'd always watch Droopy. You'd sit there watching this TV when that was on. And we had an advert on for TV. It was called the company was called Lombard Direct. I don't think they exist now, but they did loans, TV loans. You ring up the number and get a loan. And they're like, oh, I'll get a loan for a new car or a holiday or whatever. And when they said holiday, they pictured a beach, like cartoon drawn animated beach. And they'd have little birds in the background, like seagulls kind of things. And Cheeky heard birds, so he'd start whistling at the TV, the advert. And then he just recognised the phone, because the phone was the logo of the company, and it was a talking phone. They changed the advert, but they kept the phone, so the birds weren't there anymore. And then he'd be like, oh, hello, I'm such and such from Lombard Direct. And Cheeky would just start talking to the phone, because he just associated that advert with the birds from the previous advert. And yeah, you just respond to that advert every time. He even used to copy our telephone noise as well. He'd have his own telephone ringtone. He was an adorable bird, bless him. So yeah, that was this year. That happened this year. So I've obviously had to deal with that as well. That was another thing that happens. And yeah, it's just death of a loved pet. And he was a family member. Trying so hard not to cry at the moment. It's been a shit year. It really has been an absolute shit year. And I just don't know what to do. I am just at a complete and utter loss. I just really do not know what to do. I mean, on weekends, it's like I wake up and it's like, fuck it, I'm going back to sleep. At least when I'm asleep, I don't know anything. Sleep is just better than being awake at the moment. Like, I got up at 5 PM today. It's like, well, what's the point? What's the point in getting out of bed? Chat has been given good suggestions, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't got the willpower to do anything at the moment. It's like, so what do I follow up on? I just don't know what to... Is there anything that you want to do? I don't know. That's the trouble. I just don't know what I want to do. I mean, the main purpose of this stream tonight was just to, to share where I am with the herd, and kind of help, like, do my little bit of help breaking taboo on the whole depression, or just mental health in general. It's like, if you go to work and you say, I need a mental health day, which I've known people have done before. I read a story where one girl, she said, yeah, I'm not coming in today. I'm taking a mental health day. And the boss is like, do you know what? That's actually a good idea. I'm glad you're doing it because people need to do that. Be patient. You know it's hard. Give yourself time. But how much time? I've given myself 6 years, Didlix, and it's getting worse. So how much time do I give it? Do I give it another 6 years? It's like the doctor said, you know, if you don't feel better, you know, come back. When do I come back? Do I give it a week? Well, it takes 2 weeks to get a doctor's appointment. So do I just book an appointment now and go back in 2 weeks? Do I give it a month? Do I give it to the new year? Do I wait until after my holiday? I mean, I had a friend point out to me, actually, is my holiday a good thing? Because I'll go away, I'll be happy, and then I come back and hit reality, and then I just possibly get deeper in the hole. Is it a good thing that you're going there? It's like, well, that's... I'm still going, but that's actually a good point. Because I do have a great time in America. And I noticed, that's when I first noticed my depression, actually. Well, I knew I had it before, but it's always at the back of my mind. But when I first thought, actually, I might have to do something, is because I came back off my holiday and it's just like, yeah, this actually sucks. But I don't regret going on my holiday. I had a blast. I need to find the right doctor who's not awful. Well, see, I've only seen him once, so I don't know if he is awful. But then, as I said, they were talking about it on the radio. It's not just my doctor that does that. It's other doctors. It's kind of the generic way of answering the question. You know, well, it's not that bad. Here's some websites. Some words feel like they come from inside your own head, though. I haven't found a way to express them. Well, I'm glad I've helped them, Poyo. I mean, I don't know how to express things sometimes. Like, I could think in my head like a massive list of things I want to talk to the doctor about, and I get there and it's just like, hi, my name's Scott, and I just freeze. I just don't know what to say. Gavin Curry, thank you for the host. I can't just wait it out anyway. I'm more professional friends and more. Only I have the keys to work us out. That's what I'm worried about, Toad, though, because I don't have the willpower or the patience. Awesome, dude. Alright, well, enjoy your shift, Storm. Thank you for stopping by. Save that link. Where did I put that bit of paper? That rings a bell. I've got that link, although I've got a slightly variation on that link, but I've got that link. I've got one for my county. I've got one for my county. Not that link. Oh, that one. Alright. But yeah, I've got a similar link. Got a similar link. But it's like with the books. Go on a world tour and street. I don't have the money for that. I'm doing okay, I suppose, Kevin Code. Just we're talking depression and anxiety today. Been kind of letting the herd know what's been going on the last year of my life. We're just sort of talking about depression in general as well and how it's been affecting me. See, I'm worried about Google though, because I told the herd I got some valerian root, right, to help me sleep. While I was doing that, I stumbled upon St. John's wort, which is a herbal remedy, if you will, to help with slightly low mood. And I've had a turn up, and I was reading the instructions and stuff on it, because I read up on it, and it was like, yeah, you take it if you've got low mood and anxiety, you know, and it helps with sort of, you know, just giving you that little bit of boost throughout the day. And I thought, oh, alright, I'll give that a go. And then you read the warning labels, and it's like, oh, warning, may cause psychosis, may cause serotonin overdose, which will lead to death. So it's like, great, I'm going to turn into a psychopath that's going to die of happiness overdose. That's a bit extreme. But then it also says, don't take if you've got depression. It's like, what? Yeah, so I am now. I'm not going to take it until I speak to a doctor, because I thought, oh, it would be just like something to help with. So, I mean, I weren't going to just take it without reading it, but because that sort of stuff, I thought, well, I'll get some, have a look. But with reading the warning labels, I'm now not going to take it until I can speak to a professional about it. Because I am on other medications. And it can interfere. If I wasn't on any medications, then it'd probably be fine. But because I am on pain medications, it probably, I don't know, it could react good in a way. I might end up getting rid of all my pain for like an hour instead of 5 minutes, and that would just be like bliss. Or it just, well, yeah, cause psychosis, have a psychotic break, which wouldn't be pretty. So I'm definitely not taking it until I speak to someone, obviously. I'm not that dopey. But yeah. Thanks, Albert. What's he done? He's just sat there, look. He's just sat there. Good old Albert. Why are you all the way? But you can come sit here, Albert. There you go. See what's going on. Where's St. John's Wort here? Well, I mean, it's a plant. I don't know what it would be called in France. It's a yellowish plant. That's all I could tell you. Oh, you're on about SJW. Oh, I was talking about St. John's. Oh, the meaning of the acronym. Fair enough. Depression, anxiety, PTSD, paranoia, emotional abuse. It's all fun. Yeah. Not really. Don't know what else to say now. I think I've kind of covered the gist of what I was trying to, the point I wanted to portray. I wasn't really knowing what to expect. Actually, I am going to put you back out because I'm going to fill up my cup again. I don't want to spill Pepsi on you. I know you like Pepsi, but I don't think you want to be bathed in it. I wasn't really knowing what to expect from doing this stream tonight. Wasn't really know what to expect at all. I wasn't expecting the response that you guys have given either, so thank you for that. And I was a bit nervous. Just wasn't sure what to say or how it would go down. So yeah, I mean, you now know kind of the main reason why there's been cancelled streams. Review depression, play with girl. Well, playing with friends does help. I mean, I've been playing Fortnite. I played Fortnite last night with Cadenzra. I actually played Fortnite until about 7, I think. No, I didn't. It wasn't that late. I went to sleep at 7. I was still awake in bed. San Andreas is a good game. Never finished it. Alright, thanks, Deluxe. I'll check them out. But that's the other thing, though. Will I? I don't know. I will look at them. Pokemon Go with the outdoor air. But Kevin Court, I work outdoors 5 days a week. I work outdoors. I walk a lot. And I mean, what do you define exercise as? I mean, I do walking everywhere. I'm always outdoors. So do I need to do additional exercise? Do I need... Well, I wouldn't think I'd need additional fresh air because I'm outdoors all day, even in the rain. But it's like... I got my streaming, which I consider as a hobby, but I had a friend tell me, no, you need a hobby, a real hobby, that's not a hobby. Well, yeah, it is a hobby. So, do I need to get a new hobby? But then what would I do? I'm not a sporty, athletic person. But that's something else I'd like to talk about, actually, is the streams. It was me that decided to stream 7 days a week. It was me that decided to have a different game every day of the week and have a strict schedule. There was two kind of things for that. By having a strict schedule, I kind of not force myself, but like if I didn't have a strict schedule and I just picked a game I felt like playing on the day, it'd be like, well, what do I play? I would never decide on a game to play. So by doing the voting system and having the games, it doesn't force me, and I'm not compelled to. I can change the game whenever. I can say, right, tomorrow I'm playing something else. It's my stream, but it's kind of, the structure is there, so I follow that, and it does help me keep that routine. And this might sound daft, but it also helps me keep track of the day of the week. Because with my bad memory and stuff, not that I have trouble remembering the day of the week, but it's like, what day is it today? Well, yesterday I played Factorio, so it's Wednesday. I'm not getting bored of games. I don't think I've ever said that, per se. Artie, I don't have a creative bone in my body. Video games aren't a hobby, said people spending their time watching TV. Exactly. Yeah, or watching streams is, why would you watch a streamer play a game? That doesn't make sense because you're not playing. But anyway, I'm going to go off and watch the football game on TV. Find a girlfriend or a pet. Find a girlfriend that is a pet. Wait, we're not going down that route. Finding a girlfriend, so that's the trouble. It's like, yeah, a girlfriend would be nice. But it's like I'm in such a low place at the moment. I'm dead-end job, crappy income, stuck living at parents' house, which again I don't want to be. I don't want to be stuck at my parents' house. I want to get my own place, but And then I got depression, and I'm in constant pain. I don't want to be a burden on someone and have to dump all that on someone. It's kink is legal as long as you stay safe, sane, and consensual. Well, that's true. Girlfriend and dog eat up non-working and sleeping hours, such. Well, that's fine. I mean, you're keeping busy, Kevin Cohen. I'm glad you're actually able to get the job and be close to your girlfriend. I'm glad that's worked out for you. But going back to my stream schedule. Some of you may have noticed I can't spell. Sure, having someone who loves you is great, but if you can't be happy yourself, you won't be happy too. That's my worry, Toad. If I can't be happy myself, I don't want to be miserable and drag someone else down. So I always feel like I'm a burden. Like, I'll talk to a friend about like how crap the day has been, and I'll thank them for listening to me. But then I'm kind of worried, like, well, have I just been a burden? Have I just brought their day down by listening to my crap? Soon to be fiancé. Ooh, you'll have to let us know how that goes. Good luck. But yeah, you'll notice on the schedule, Thursday is now day off. I have well and truly rage quit Undertale. But something I've been thinking about doing for a while now is... Streaming isn't stressful, and I do enjoy streaming, but I feel I need to scale back the stream a bit. See, I know that, Kevin Cohen. Deep down, I do know that. But it's still not going to make me stop feeling that way. Although I have, and I'll tell you some sad stories. I'm not going to name names. It's no one on the herd, but just in case they end up watching this. I've had family and friends, and the friends are obviously no longer friends. You can't bin family, but who have got impatient with me and roll their eyes at me, and it's like, oh, how are you? I'm in a lot of pain. You're always in pain. You're always moaning you're in pain. And I've had quite a lot of those responses. And it's like, well, why are you asking how I am if you don't want to know how I am? Or am I meant to lie and be British and say, yeah, lovely day for it? Take some joy. And I have found out who my friends really are. It's sad to say. And then sort of finding out from other people as well that they believe you're faking it, or just roll their eyes at you because you're talking about your pain yet again. Oh, here he goes. He's always moaning. He's in pain. Well, we've all got our own pains. Yeah, I know everyone's got their own pains, but just don't ask how I'm doing if you don't want to know. Or am I wrong for telling them I'm in pain? Should I not say? Am I wrong for saying about that? Am I only meant to answer, yeah, I'm fine, or say, no, I'm not, but leave it at that? So I've actually found over the years it's best not to tell people how you're actually feeling. It's always best just to say, I'm fine. Even when you're tearing up inside. An easy way... Well, yeah, but... Well, I suppose I should. But then... Said, I'm not feeling that great. I can let you know if you want to know. But you shouldn't have to add that bit on, I feel. Don't ask, are you okay, if you don't want the answer. Talking to others helps. It does, I think. I find it's better to talk to friends and family. But see, I don't know. With like group therapies and stuff, I don't know like what's available. Like, I don't know if I can just Google group therapy sessions for chronic pain in Walla town and see what's nearby. Do I then just drop in, or do I have to register? Do I have to get referred? No one explains it. I mean, alright, I know these days there is a thing called Google, and self-research is possible, and I'm not stupid, I know how to operate a search engine. But it's like, sometimes it would also be nice if someone just... Because again, like with the depression thing, it's like, I know I need help, but I don't have the energy and the willpower to help myself at the moment. And it's like, I just need that little bit of a nudge. So, like, yeah, I know, Google it. I can Google it. I could probably Google it now. But then I've got to find the energy to go, and it's actually quite difficult. I've got chronic abdominal pain, Kevin Kerr, so chances are when you see me on stream, I've got stomach pain. At work, you got a guy, your manager actually, who asks just as a habit social conversation, but immediately started talking about what he wants to talk about. Well, yeah, I mean, like, for example, one British way to greet someone is alright. Alright? That's kind of like a hello, how are you? Some people sometimes will stop and say, well, actually, you know what, I'm not alright. But typically speaking, like, if someone passes me and say, alright, I'm like, yeah, alright. How's you? And it's just like quick passing small talk. Would you like us to nudge you? But that's the other thing, though. It's like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, Diddlix, for the offers of help, but sometimes, like, when you ask for help, and then some people are like, okay, we'll help you, but then sometimes just like having people constantly bombard you, like, here's this, it's like, just leave me alone. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but sometimes, like I was saying earlier, where people keep asking you, when they know you've got depression, they keep saying, are you alright? How are you doing? How are you feeling? You sure you're alright? You're not just saying it, and it's like, just fuck off. Before I hit you. And I don't want to sound ungrateful, because I'm not, and I'm very grateful that you're all here listening and helping. Every other day. So it's not every day, it's just every other day. It's hard to get just the right exact amount of help. Yeah, exactly. People, they do want to try and help, but then they kind of like overdo it. It's like, well, I'm not a kid, I don't need kid gloves, but then sometimes it's like, I do need a bit of help with stuff. No, it's not, Dom. It's not. And no, I'm not going to, even if it was. I'm not that way inclined. Well, I am British. Tea should help. Tea does help. Tea is brilliant. But with my schedule, I am going to reduce it down. I'm going to cut out another day. So I think I'm only going to stream 5 days a week. Now, it's not because of the Undertale rage quitting. It's just because I kind of got stuck on Undertale. I thought that was a good time to start it. Ask friends to kick your butt a few times. Push me to get working, mate. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a good friend that knows when you need to kick up the butt and knows when to back off, that'll be perfect. You know, that's the trouble. We do need a break, like the stigma and stuff, and just need to educate people and stuff. I mean, that sort of skill as well might be down to personal skill, but say I wouldn't know how to deal with a friend if they had like severe depression or moderate depression. I wouldn't know what to do other than saying, look, I'm here if you want to talk. And then if you want to, like, if it's a game, a friend, I'd be like, do you want to play games? That's all I would know how to do. I've had someone come up to me before and say, oh, I've heard of, you've had depression and things in the past. I'm kind of going through the same thing. Can you help me? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to tell people when they're being too much diddly. I'm not going to just, not tell them. But sometimes you tell people, and they keep on. It's like, can you just back off, please? Just back off a little bit. I appreciate it, but just back off a tiny bit. But they still do it. And it's just like, yeah, it's not helping. Because they think they're doing what is best, from their interpretation. Yeah, exactly, Didlix. That's why I wouldn't know how to help someone, because I'd know how to help. I know what I kind of want. I mean, sometimes I do just want to be alone. And being alone is going to help me for that particular situation. And there's other times when I'm going to want a friend. And usually me asking for a friend is just someone... You'll probably get a message from me saying, do you want to play a game? And that's just me asking for company. I'm not obviously going to go into the spiel, but... Well, yeah, there is that, Didlix. That's kind of why I now know who to go to and who not to go to. Well, more not to go to. I've got to the point now where I know not to ask anyone. Because I just haven't found... it's a bit of a lie. I've got one friend that, as I say, has been helpful lately, who does listen to me every day. But like with close family and stuff, I just don't ask family. Something's just vibrated. My phone. So I'm gonna look at cutting down my stream. I think I'll probably go from 7 days down to 5. So I've cut out Undertale. As I say, it's not. I got stuck on Undertale. I'll admit it. And I thought it would be a good place to start, because I did plan on cutting down to 5 days back when I was on holiday, which is the summer. Streaming is my hobby, it's not your job. Yeah, but because it is my hobby, it's something I want to do because it's fun, and I need to keep the few fun things in my life going. I mean, apart from my streaming, I don't actually have a lot else to do. I don't go down the pub with friends. I mean, my best friend lives in America. Rabbitmore. Yeah, I do want to do more herd movie nights. That was fun. Yeah, I say my best friend lives in America. I can't exactly go around there for a cup of tea and a hug. Well, I can, but it costs £1,000 to do it. I do want to do another herd movie night. It's just deciding on the movie and finding, because Rabbit was good, but it was a bit more flute playing. Oh god, that was terrible. You were all immature laughing at that. Hug my pillow, yeah. Just need to win the lottery. Yeah. I would like to move to America. I could be close to my friends. Hug my mods. Yeah, so I don't know what other day to cut out. Originally, I was going to cut out Monday and Thursdays because I found Monday and Thursdays are the days in the week when I'm the most tired. Oh, come on, he says you blow, I'll do the fingering. Yeah, it was... Yeah, that was... Yeah, it was if it wasn't intentional, that guy must have soon realised afterwards, hang on a minute, what have I done? Domino, to explain, we had a herd movie night, and we were watching Alien Covenant, and a robot meets a robot of himself. And the older robot was teaching the younger robot how to play the flute. And, you know, he says, right, now you blow, and I'll do the fingering. So that, you know, putting the fingers on the holes of the flute, while the younger robot did the blowing of the flute. He was teaching him how to play with the notes. But it was just like, yeah, you blow, I'll do the fingering. Oh, you've seen it? Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, we were on Discord, because it was herd movie night. We were on Discord, everyone just laughed. Everyone just laughed. It was funny. Alright, I might have laughed. I might have laughed. But they also kissed, did they? Oh yeah, they did kiss. They did kiss. Too much. Yeah. Yeah, Cadenzra was a little schoolgirl. But yeah, so I was thinking, but the trouble is, if I do the Monday-Thursday thing, it means, when do I cut it? When do I cut Monday? Because at the moment it's Shadow of Mordor, which is a fun game. But the only reason I've been doing it lately is because when you die on Shadow of Mordor, the captains you've killed don't respawn, but they get replaced. So your hard work goes backwards because you've died. And it's a brilliant system. Do not get me wrong. I think it is brilliant. But when you're stressed to breaking point, it's like, one more death and I'm gonna hit something. So I'm being very careful about what I stream. Just don't die. Yeah, it's that simple, girl. It isn't really to kill the captains. No, it's not, but there has to be a punishment for that. And I'm not knocking the mechanic, Domino. I think it is ingenious. I think it's a very good mechanic. But when the lightest thing can stress you, it's like, yeah. You know, it's just, it's, you want a game that, a happy game, you know? Yeah, easy peasy, Ramses. There is a few games I'd like to get back into, however. I mean, I'd like to do Oblivion, although I do want to get back into Skyrim. But I got a plan for Oblivion if I do it. I just got to speak to someone about something. Project Zomboid I'd like to do, again, with a herd server. Especially when they bring out cars. They're bringing out vehicles. That'd be so much easier. Terrace is not stress-free, Domino. What Terrace do you play? What else have we got? Crusader Kings 2, Hearts of Iron 4. I'd like to get back into FTL stream. There is a game I want to get. I've asked for a key for it. It's FTL World War 2. FTL in World War 2. I don't know if it's by the same guys. I want to get my Vive working. I've got HTC Vive, and I can't get it working for Toffee at the moment, and it's frustrating the crap out of me because I spent £600 on it and it won't work. FTL is definitely a game where you can't lose. Yeah, okay, I've played FTL. I'd rather play My Little Pony games, Cadenzra. Thank God I haven't set up the suggestion command. Do you know what though? Setting up Albert the Moose on his own Linux cloud server was actually fun and relaxing, even though I had a couple of little problems. Most problems I fixed myself when I needed to ask for help on. What other games were there that I would like to play again? I can't remember now. Do more IT stuff. Yeah, I do like IT stuff. What's this World War II FTL game? I will tell you as soon as I find it. It's on my wish list, I think. I know I put in for a key. I asked for a key. Haven't heard back yet. Actually, quite a few games I would like to get. X4 Foundations, when that comes out, I'm buying it. I can't find it on my wish list. It's not on my wish list apparently. I'll be able to find it. It appears on my Steam list, on my recommendation page. So if I just click through the options, Crunchyroll, that's on there now, is it? Okay, that's interesting. Ah, Bomber Crew. Bomber Crew. Oh, Mountain Blade. Yeah, Mountain Blade I'd like to get back into. South Park games. They look kind of money. It's because I read someone type money. They look kind of fun, but I've never played or watched South Park. I watched Toad stream some South Park. One-handed typing. Don't want to know, Domino. Keep that one to yourself. Oh, do you know how long it's fractured but whole? Do you know how long it took me to get the pun for that? I finally got the pun. Bannerlord. I don't know when that comes out, Poyo. I'm keeping an eye on it though. I am keeping an eye on it. You haven't finished the playthrough, Toad? Oh, I got it now. Especially with fractured but whole is out. You recently got the pun as well? Yeah, it took me ages. I've been watching a streamer play it, and it just took me ages. Love the layout. Thank you very much, Brew. My artist is he does some good stuff. Musa Mad cool. Yeah! They're the best. And here he is, look, Albert. His ears have gone wonky. I don't know why. But Albert the Moose. He's a good moose. Yeah. Do you know what? I felt so stupid when I realised it grew. Hey Tyke, how's it going? So I don't know whether to rejig schedules or what, or how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Really don't know how to do it. We need to go deeper. That looks like a fun game, but you got to play it with friends. Kind of like FTL, but with friends. Everyone actually plays as a person. So you need like one guy driving, one guy loading, like that. So yeah, I don't know what I was saying. I think we're kind of out of things to discuss. So I don't know what to do about reducing the schedule. Headliner, what's headliner? I've got hiccups. Short, thought-provoking adventure about media bias. Oh, okay. Similar to Beholder, apparently. Beholder's weird. It's a good game, though. Hard. I can't do it. Maybe you start to see someone for help. Maybe set the stream up around what day you're seeing. Yeah, I just don't know whether or not... Well, I'll definitely look into seeing someone, I think that might be a good point to go down. And especially getting advice on about the St. John's Wort. I very much doubt it will be out this year, Poyo. I doubt it. And if it does, brilliant, I'll get it and I'll stream it for sure. But I doubt it will come out this year. It's like Guild 3. I lost hope of that coming out this year. I don't think... Well, it's not coming out this year. According to Amazon, it's out January next year. But again, I doubt that. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on Guild 3 and Bannerlord for a while. There's another game. There's a game coming out. When does that come out? Keep swapping to Steam. Yeah, I could actually call about the other stuff. Actually, I've got what am I looking for? Wish list. I can actually. There's someone I know I can call. Well, not someone personally I know. There's a company I can call about the St. John's Walk. There's a game I'd like to stream called Machia Villain. It's not out yet. You run a hotel for humans run by monsters, and your monsters need feeding on the humans. But you got to do it so you don't raise public suspicion. It looks kind of cool. Coming soon. This item's not yet available. I thought it had a date. I thought it had a release date. I thought it was coming out this year. Release date, fall 2017. That's now. So, yes, probably. Detention was creepy. Yeah, I've had detention a couple of times. Mostly for swearing, accidentally. There was a side-scroller game. This is the place. Yeah, that's a fun game. Bankrupt. There, please don't bankrupt Steam. I'll lose 400 games. Yes, accidentally swearing does happen. Well, I think I'm going to end that there. I've talked about quite a lot of things, I think, and hopefully you guys have got a bit of a better understanding of what's been going on for me, and maybe learn a little bit about depression as well. Some of you have said it's kind of helped with a few things with you, so that kind of makes me happy, actually. I'm now actually going to go play some games, probably Fortnite, maybe, I don't know. But thank you all for coming along. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you for the understanding. I know you were all understanding to begin with, but I did want to just get it out there about how I've been feeling and things. You're going to go enjoy Sims 3. Sims 3 I'd like to play again as well. I'd like to do that as well. Sims 3 was fun, and if I do stream it again, I will be sensible and back up my saves. But yeah, so like if I've been grumpy lately, which I may have been, or short with people, or any of that sort of stuff, cancelling streams, I am sorry. It's just been very difficult for me, but now hopefully you guys will understand. I am trying to keep a brave face, but I've been keeping a brave face for 6 years now, and almost 7 years in January it'll be. So it's been difficult. As I say, it's been absolutely life-changing. It's changed what I can do in life. It's ruined relationships, friendships. It's changed an absolute lot. It's really spun life upside down. But hey, it's life. It's life. Shit, but it's life. Life's a bitch, and then you marry one. I'm joking. I'm not getting married anyway. That's for certain. Right. So yeah, again, thank you guys. I'll be around on Discord and Steam anyway. If anyone does have any questions, quite an unusual stream. Yeah, it is. I mean, I like the idea of IRL streams, but I don't have anything to talk about. You know, I wouldn't know what to do IRL streams. I mean, I've had a couple ideas, but they're kind of crap on paper. Now, sort of. Yeah, I will. But yeah, so I'm going to cut to the outro now. No point in going to intermission. Well, I could do. Go, whoop. Different screen. But, yeah. Thank you, guys. It means a lot to me. Thank you for your understanding. I will be around on Steam, Discord. Yeah, stream tomorrow. I don't know. Is on that one. Kevin Kerr's just subscribed. Tier 3. 4 months in a row now. Thank you very much, Kevin Kerr. With a message of take care, I will certainly try. Thank you for that. So yeah, that's all 3 emotes you get, Kevin Co. All 3 emotes. What are you trying to do? You're trying to break Albert. Don't break Albert. Don't you mean Albert in a way? Exclamation mark Albert. I haven't got my headset on, so I don't know if the sounds are working. I got the browser window open, so the Albert command should work. Where is it? Oh, it showed up, it was playing. Oh, there's a new version. I gotta update him. Oh god, that's gonna be interesting. I gotta update him. Ooh, someone's just popped up on Steam. Let me see if I can message them and find out what's going on with the super secret project. Because I don't know. I need to find out about it. You didn't hear it? Cadenza broke it. Oh, you wouldn't have heard it because I on the intermission scene I had the system sound muted. So it did play and it would have been heard, except it was muted. So I just clicked that button. And then it works. Yeah, Cadenza broke it. You can't do halves. Can't do half measures. And it's on cooldown. Anyway, I'm going to go. Yeah, there is an event on Fortnite. They did crash. Well, they didn't crash. They did server maintenance. I think it was emergency server maintenance because I didn't see a notification. I was mid-mission and the game shut down. So that's fun. But yeah, guys, thank you once again. I will catch you all later. I'll let you know what's going on with tomorrow's stream. Do bear in mind, though, however, the clocks go back tonight, I think. So it'll be GMT tomorrow, not BST. So there'll be an hour. So if you're in America, because you're all backwards, behind, not quite the same as the rest of us folk, you'll be an hour closer to us in the time zones. I think Europe all changes in a way, like France and that. I think that all changes tonight. It is this weekend. Yeah, it's the 29th at 2 in the morning. So in about 4 hours, I think it changes. Not everyone does it. I don't think like like Japan and China and all that. I don't think they do it. I don't think they do it at all. I think it's like a European thing. Yeah, not everyone does it. Not everyone does do it. Right, anyway, I need to go. Fortnite's waiting. Thank you guys once again. Do enjoy your evening. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. And hopefully I will see you all soon. Now everybody, take care.